young people in, I believe it's Baltimore, and they're doing something, what we talked about last week, called wilding, where they just go out and start beating up people and everything.
Oh, so sad.
And so we got to talk about that. We got to talk about, because we don't want that to come back. That,
no, we don't.
And so much more. So let me be quiet. Look, are we up on all portals?
We are up on all portals.
All right. Hit it, y'all. Hey y'all, welcome to tonight's Chit Chat Live with your host Diamond and Silk and Silko Silk. What a long, beautiful weekend.
Yes.
But before we get into the nitty gritty, tonight's show is being brought to you by the Chit Chat Tour. So I want you to head over there to the Chit Chat Tour website to get your tickets. Before I give you the dates, I want you to stop right now, share this video. I believe that sharing is caring. Share this video, and because we're being stifled on social media platforms, you even have Twitter now, they won't let your followers see your tweets. They let the trolls see your tweets.
Yeah.
It's crazy the way they're doing things, the way their little algorithms are set up. But you know, we'll win them that way too.
Yeah.
So please stop right now, share this video. So while you're sharing it, make sure if you're on YouTube, you hit the subscribe button and the little notification bell. That's supposed to notify you whenever you have a...
Supposed to.
Okay, so listen, y'all know I've been talking. Yes, talking and going off about stuff, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Another thing, shout out to all of the moderators. Whether you moderate on YouTube, whether you moderate on Facebook or Periscope, wherever you're moderating for Diamond and Silk, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We really, really, really appreciate it.
Yes.
I mean, thank you all so much. I see you. It doesn't go unnoticed. Thank you so much.
Right.
Listen, our haters, our agitators, and our race baiters may be over here on tonight just to see either what we're talking about or just a troll. Don't block them unless they get real nasty. Now, if they get real nasty, then block them.
They gotta go.
But if they don't get real nasty and they may not like something that we said, you can let them stay. But if they get nasty and start calling names, then you just block them.
Yeah. A lot of times people, they're scared to come out of their comfort zone.
Right.
And so sometimes whenever a foundation is shaken, it can leave some things unsettled. And so when I compare this to individuals, a lot of them just really don't know how to act because it's a different feeling. It's a different sound.
Well, people don't like
tone.
change.
They don't like change.
Okay, because when we talk about change, when you talk about change, that means something going into the unfamiliar.
I'm about to say it will feel unfamiliar.
And if you start doing something that's unfamiliar, people become uncomfortable. And to them, it may seem like it's unfamiliar because they're so used to one thing, one way.
That's right.
Okay.
So they don't know how to take it.
Right.
They may spew out some rhetoric, some hatred, but you know they are who they are.
Right.
So
hey, Jacqueline Washington, we love you too, darling.
Yes.
Okay, so let me give you the dates for the Chit Chat Tour. Okay, so tonight's show is being sponsored by the Chit Chat Tour. Here are the dates. June 8th, that is this week coming up, Scottsdale, Arizona.
Yes.
And then June 18th, we're going to be in Houston, Texas for the Viewers View Forum with Chad Prather and Sheriff A.J. Louderback.
Yes.
We're going to be talking about illegal immigration.
Yes.
So it's the Viewers View Forum. So that means we're all going to be having a conversation. Okay. Now, I know that it's the night that the president is supposed to be announcing that he is running for president. We can't be there because this was already on the books. And once you got people that's showing up for this, we have to be here.
That's right.
So if you're not going to be at the rally in Florida, get your tickets for June 18th, Houston, Texas, for the viewers view form, okay?
Right.
Because this is about the agenda.
Yes.
This is about border security. This is about illegal immigration, illegal aliens flooding into our country. And we're taking the conversation directly to the viewers.
That's right.
Directly to the people.
Yep. Yeah, because we're trying to find solutions here for these issues that's plaguing our country. It's a shame that we have people that's in Congress that's been there for all of these years and they can't seem to solve the problem.
Right.
So now it's up to us to solve this problem, you all, for our country because Congress don't want to do it.
Congress don't want to do it. Okay. June 22nd, Durrell, Florida. July 20th, Palm Desert, California. August 3rd, Henderson, Nevada.
Yes.
August 17, Colorado Springs, Colorado. August 24th, New York, New York. September the 14th, Billings, Montana. That's another viewers view form. Get your tickets.
Get your tickets.
And September 21st, Irvine, California. I went back to the email that's in my mind that somebody said. Irvine, California. So get your tickets at chitchattour.com. Chitchattour.com. Now, if you go to Chit Chat Tour and it don't come up, go to diamondsilk.com and then click on the Chit Chat Tour link and you can get your tickets right there. We want to see your face in the place. Thank you, everybody, for showing up this afternoon. We came on a little bit early. Thank you so much for that. Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay. Where was we at this weekend?
Knoxville.
We was in Knoxville, Tennessee this weekend, and we had a phenomenal time. You know what? The people of Knoxville they just so sweet, loving. Go ahead, girl.
No, you're right.
Come on, girl.
I'm looking at the people that flew into Knoxville.
The people that flew in from New York and from Mississippi and all of these places to be with us in Knoxville.
Drove over 8 hours.
I'm telling you, you all are so sweet and you're so wonderful. Thank you, Plausible Production. Thank you so much for that. She said it was the first super chat. Oh, thank you, darling. You know, Silk, when you look at, we always get from the left. Here's what they say. They will tell us that our fans, they're not laughing with us, they're laughing at us. They always say that to us. Now, these are the trolls from the left. Right. But I'm sorry, the people in Knoxville, when I see you go and purchase a plane ticket or gas up your car to drive 8 and 9 hours to come see Diamond and Silk, no. We are all laughing together is what's happening.
That's right.
And I have to remember what the trolls want to do. They want to stop your spirit. They want to try to break your spirit.
Vax it.
They want to vax and break your spirit.
That's exactly right.
But when we show up for an event and we feel and we see all of the love, I mean, our heart just it weeps for joy.
Oh, yes.
It weeps for joy. And I know the people on the left, they are so upset.
And jealous.
Because ain't nobody going to come out for your event. You know that. Now, I'm going to keep my voice right here. Because somebody said last week, Diamond, would you stop yelling? Well, my voice was really good and strong last week. But because we just getting off the road, I have to rest and everything. So we had a great time. Thank you for all of the wonderful gifts that was given. Thank you, David. Appreciate that. Thank you all. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that.
Yes.
And we're looking to see your face in a place in Arizona, Scottsdale, Arizona. So make sure you get your tickets for June 8th in Scottsdale, chitchattour.com and diamondandsilk.com. Now, in Knoxville, child, we visit 2 places and normally we don't tell nobody where we visit when we go to Knoxville.
Right.
But Diamond and Silk like to eat. I don't care what y'all say. We love to eat now. Well, we visit this Italian restaurant. It's called, Bravo Cucina, Cucina. It's an Italian restaurant. They have the best food. Ooh. The spicy shrimp, the chicken meatballs for appetizers. a nice crisp green Caesar salad, because I have to have some vegetables, and then lasagna. So I thought it was going to be the portion size like the Olive Garden. Girl. No. The portion size was like that big, you all. And I'm talking about delicious. Well, I couldn't eat. Look, she ordered the lasagna. I ordered the lasagna. We couldn't eat it all.
Couldn't eat it all.
Thank God that our hotel room had a refrigerator in it. So I just ate half of it, and I took the other half back to the hotel and put it in the fridge so I can fly out with it with me, carry it on to the plane to eat for dinner the next day, which is good.
Did you eat yours?
Oh, girl, it was so good last night.
So magnificent.
Listen, you all have to visit it. Bravo Casino Italian Restaurant right there in Knoxville, Tennessee. And then somebody took us over. EP took us over to this place called Duck Donuts.
Yes.
Duck Donuts. Thank you, Maurice Delk. Okay, Duck Donuts, you all. So I don't want to compare the two, okay? They got some delicious
good donuts,
okay?
Yes.
I've tasted other people's donuts and thought that was the best. You have to try Duck Donuts. Now, Duck Donuts is it started off as a family-owned business, I believe, in a place called Duck, North Carolina, I heard, okay? And now they have chains all over the country. So they have a Duck Donuts right there in Knoxville. So they took us in there. We was able to get a dozen of those, right? So you know how you leave the donut place and it takes you maybe 10 minutes to get to your hotel or whatever, and the donuts are not quite that hot. Try Duck Donuts and see Duck Donuts make them fresh as they go.
That's
see,
right.
There's the difference between Duck Donuts and another chain that I'm not going to mention.
That's right.
Okay? Because, see, some of these chains, you got to come when the light come on, you know they hot.
Right.
Duck Donuts make them
their light is always on.
Absolutely. You all. So that and the hot chocolate was good. So the two places that I want y'all to visit when you all go to Knoxville is Bravo Casino Italian Restaurant, and go and visit Duck Donuts.
Yes.
Yes, baby. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so we had fun in Knoxville. We're back in pocket. We flew home on yesterday. We're back in pocket because in a few days we have to fly out to Arizona, you all.
Yes.
Okay, so speaking of flying out, the president flew over there. He is in the UK. Our first lady and our president, they received the royal welcome at Buckingham Palace. Thank you, Jacqueline Washington. You know what? Melania looked so good today. Look.
Oh my God.
You know what I love about our first lady? Because we can brag about our first lady over here. Yes. I love the fact that she didn't have to be remade.
No.
You've had first ladies where they have to remake them because they don't fit the, they don't fit the whatever that is.
Whatever
Melania have whatever that is.
She already has.
She had the poise, the elegance, the classiness, and she was wearing that Dolce and Gabbana suit. And that hat today. Woo. Now I know Dolce and Gabbana gonna sell that outfit out. I mean, she looked it good. I mean,
from head to
toe. And I'm looking at the first lady, and they were received at Buckingham Palace. And I'm telling you, it's just, listen. Upon their arrival, royal guns, salutes fired off in the background.
Wow.
Which showed a sign of respect during the important ceremony occasions.
Right.
They participated with Queen Elizabeth on the Buckingham Palace lawn. It was beautiful. Everything played out on television. And even though the left was trying to spin something negatively, it still didn't work. It looked like the president was having a wonderful
time.
job.
That's
he was having a wonderful time. And he tweeted out some stuff. He tweeted out some stuff. But here's the deal. How is it that people think they can come for the president of the United States, and when he says something back, now you upset?
You pissed off about that.
You can't be upset about that.
No, you can't.
Don't come for him unless he sends for you.
That's right.
Don't do that.
Don't do it.
So they're looking good over there on the world stage. Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner is over there. And I even heard Laura and Eric Trump, they're over there too. Yes. So I hope they have a fabulous time. They make us proud as the first family of the United States. Our president, our first lady, and his family. So beautiful. Let me talk about something that was a little somber that also happened when we were in Knoxville. This here a shooter that went up into one of the I want to call it municipalities, with one of the buildings, government official buildings, and just started going on each floor shooting up the people. And so when we first heard the story, they made it seem like that he got fired, and he was a disgruntled worker. But I heard before, what I'm hearing now in reports, before he did the shooting, he resigned. So I don't know if it was mental illness. I don't know what it was. But we're praying for everybody in Virginia. I have no words. Yeah. But I was so just elated when I saw how the president went out there. There was a visual held at a church. He stopped in at the visual to pay his respect. Thank you, Kim Foley. I love seeing you too. Oh, thank you, darling. She was a person in Knoxville. And I love our president. Yes. I really love our president. Yes. Even though you had people like Allahan Omar. Thank you, Angie. Trying to blame
our president?
No, she was trying to blame the NW. I don't want to call it the National Rifle Association, NRA.
Oh, okay.
She was trying to blame the NRA for what happened. And I said, every time a shooting happened, or every time a shooting happened that gains national attention, why is it that the left want to go and they want to blame the NRA? Okay? The NRA. Listen, if this man didn't have a gun, he would have probably used something else. Please stop it. With the left. But you know what? I need to stay focused, because the left, they do things to distract, to divert attention. Yep. We need to stay focused.
We gotta stay focused.
And listen, you see something, you say something. That's why I try to give people kind words. I try to hug on them. I want to love on them, because you never know what a person is going through. Right. But somebody, and I don't even know the name of this person that did it. We're not going to call the name. I'm just the victims. Yes, is who I'm focused on.
That's right.
The victims is who I'm focused on. For somebody, for an animal to run up in there and to take people's lives just because senseless. You can do that. Shame on you.
That's right.
But that person is also deceased because the police had to take him down. But the crazy thing is, they're saying that this guy was a model worker. Like, I don't know what that's about. But we're praying for everybody in Virginia Beach, Virginia. We love you all out there. You all are in our hearts. You all are in our prayers. Please be safe. If you see something, if you say something, and just love on people. Yeah. Just love on people. And I just appreciate the president stopping by a visual that was being held at a church. And some people didn't believe that was him because he had his hair pulled to the back. I think it looked sexy, but he had his hat on, and to show respect, he took his hat off. Right. And so, thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Loved it. Loved it. Okay, my darlings. Okay, so let's go back, because this is before we went out of town. Yeah. So I was getting ready to go. I was getting ready to go handle some business. At times we take care of ourselves, right? So I was getting to go do some self-care for Diamond, and they were announcing that Mueller was going to be making a statement. So there was no way I could get up and do nothing, because I need to hear what he had to say. So I'm listening to his statement. His little words.
It finally came on.
His little words that he put together. And I said, Mueller, what's wrong with him? First of all, you all, he looked real nervous as he was speaking. Didn't he look nervous to you? He looked real nervous as he was speaking. And I'm like, okay, what is he trying to hide? And my feel is, who either threatened him Put something up to his head. I mean, what was the purpose? What was the purpose for him coming out making a statement?
Right.
And what he said was what was already in the Mueller report.
Right.
And what I don't understand is why did the Democrats start humping on this like a puppy humping on a pillow,
right,
as if this is the first time they heard some of this here,
right,
when this is in the Mueller report. Right. So that lets me know the Democrats didn't read the Mueller report.
Well, I remember them all being up there. They believe it was on a hill, each taking turn reading something, but they didn't get it inside of them or something. I don't know. But I know that whenever I heard that, I mean, I already had my day planned.
Right.
Everything I was going to tackle. But then when they made the announcement, breaking news, he said he was going to speak.
Didn't you stop everything?
I stopped and
it
was like,
no
what?
more nothing. I had to stop because I needed to hear everything that he had to say.
But then he said that, but he's not going to take any questions from the media.
Well, I think the reason why he didn't want to take no questions is because he didn't want to be put on the spot.
Right.
Listen, well, after spending so much money and you find that there was no collusion, somebody done stole our money. Somebody done stole tax dollars is what has happened.
So after I heard that, I had to go ahead on and put out a tweet because something just was not connected.
Okay, go ahead,
So I said, first Comey, because before Comey had did an op-ed.
Yes, he did.
Okay, shooting off at his mouth.
Right before Mueller got
ready. Mueller, that's right. I said, first Comey and now his homie. Mueller already spoke when he turned over his report to Barr. After 2 years, over $35 million wasted and 448 pages of a report that showed no collusion, what's left to say? Is he trying to cover his own tracks or give the Dems some nuggets to feed off of?
He was trying to give the Democrats some nuggets to feed off of to keep it going.
Right.
That's what he was trying to do.
They
fell for it.
And they fell for it. And I view that as sowing discord.
That's exactly what it is.
Exactly. Because what you're trying to do is sow some stuff out there because your report, his report, the little nastiness that all of those different officers wrote or the different people that was on the investigative team wrote, that didn't get out there. See, for us, it was the bottom line. The day that the report came out, they asked us, did we read the report?
Right. I remember that.
Yeah.
No, we didn't have to read no report.
Right. If there's no more indictments, what we got to read all these papers for whenever there was no collusion, there was no more indictments? It was over with.
It exonerated and vindicated the president of the United States.
It was a done deal.
Right.
That's
right. And you know what? So when you look at the talking heads, because we're not robotic talking heads.
No,
we're just straight truth tellers.
I'm
not a robotic talking head where we reading scripts and stuff. I'm just a straight shooter, straight truth teller. Okay. But when I hear some of the talking heads, as if it's because of them that this happened. Let me tell you all something. You can go back and you can look at Diamond and Silk videos from 2017. Was it 2000?
It was December 30th, 2016
when we first told you all, and starting in 17.
That's right.
About what was going on. And we told you all what was happening, what we saw, what we felt. What we knew that something was not quite right about what was going on.
Exactly.
That the president, they was trying to railroad him. Now, here are some questions for me. Now.
And Mueller, and when Mueller made his statement, there was one line that he made sure that the Democrats had enough of the crumb to feed off of.
And here it was.
What is it?
He said, if we had confidence that the president clearly did not commit a crime, we would have said so. But I'm sorry, Mueller. You said so when you said there were no collusion.
That's right.
There was no collusion.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right.
You can't have it both ways.
Not both
ways. This ain't Burger King. This supposed to be your Mueller report.
That's right.
Okay?
Exactly.
This supposed to be your report. And that's just like a prosecutor. Because it almost reminds me of a dirty prosecutor.
That's right.
So you telling me as a prosecutor, you supposed to see if there's any facts or any evidence to form a case. And if there's no evidence, well, there is no evidence, but we can't confidence. If we would have had confidence that he didn't commit a crime, we would have said so. Well, you said so when there was no collusion.
No more indictments, duh.
Are you? And see what you just did when Mueller said that, he misled the American people.
That's right.
You misled the American people. Now, how is it that you want to keep our president tied to this foolery when you know darn well that all of this started and it was fake in the first place.
That's right.
That's just like a dirty cop.
Yes.
Go and throw some drugs in my car, and I have to fight.
Right.
To let them know this is not
you
mine.
You don't even do drugs.
And then you coerce me and you entrap me into saying something, and you call that obstruction of justice.
Justice. Yes.
That's what I see going on.
Yeah.
Let me tell you all something. This here Russia witch hunt, it started off as a hoax.
That's right.
They had no, why did you start it? You didn't have any basis for even starting
No reason for starting it. And if they were so concerned about Russia interfering in the election, why didn't Obama do anything? It happened under his watch. Why didn't they investigate Russia instead of investigating Trump campaign?
And if they were so concerned about Russia collusion or Russia interfering, then why did you call yourself only investigating one campaign and not investigate all campaigns?
That's right.
Because you were trying to stop a campaign.
That's right.
You were trying to stop then Donald Trump. You were trying to undermine the will of the people. And when it didn't happen during the campaign, you thought you were going to do the same thing while he's a sitting president.
That's right.
Is what you don't. Which is going against the will of the people. That's what you thought. And you all done got caught and caught up. And the reason why the Democrats is humping on this story, grabbing the crumbs, because you're going to get caught up in your own mousetrap.
That's right.
You're going to get caught in your own trap.
That's right.
It's because you know that Attorney General Barr is going to be calling some people to the table.
That's right.
So what you all want to do is you want to deflect the attention away from what's really going on. And you're trying to slander. You're trying to smear. You're trying to make it look like somebody lying. You're putting those nuggets out there in the minds of the American people. And what they are expecting for that to do is to deflect us from what's really going on and have us,
and divided. Have us divided.
Well, that's not true. That's not what was said. We are all confused.
And the mess that was in the Mueller's report have not all been verified, meaning they never went to court to see if this person said this, if that person said that, with the way that they wrote that in that particular, I call it an op-ed.
Karen Stevens Boykin said Mueller is interfering in the 2020 election. You're right.
Yes.
Because when you take and you put that out there, that statement out there, what you did was you misled the American people. Because as a prosecutor, your job is to gather evidence that states whether a crime was committed.
That's right.
And if there is no evidence, that exonerates and vindicates. Not for you to go out and put out this statement.
Right.
As if, we didn't have confidence, but we couldn't find no collusion.
And another thing that they did that nobody is talking about, they went outside of the scope of what they was supposed to be investigating.
Right. Because if it was supposed to be Russia collusion, then why was you over there on Michael Cohen? What's the other one that's locked up in jail? He's still locked up. Manafort and all of them.
Exactly.
It's all BS.
I'm going to tell you why.
Why, girl?
All of this was really nothing but a way to entrap the president. All of this is called entrapment. I had the opportunity to look at some of the transcript with Michael Cohen and I believe it's the prosecutors or whoever he had to interview with. Let me just say just this one thing. With the questions that they was asking Mr. Cohen, let me know that all of this here was a setup. All of this here was a setup. They wasn't even asking the right questions for an investigation. Do you see what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just something was not right, even with that questioning. And what people got to realize is that this is something that's been going on.
Oh, listen.
This is not new.
Let me tell you, the left has been picking our election. And I'm going to tell you, let's go back to the election. It was really supposed to be Crooked and Bush.
That's right.
And Bush will bow out gracefully, and then Crooked
will get it. That's right.
Well, what happened? All of that got messed up. Because old lazy Jeb had to go somewhere and sit down.
Yes.
Okay. Crooked, she didn't get it.
No.
Because you had somebody like President Trump to step up to the plate.
That's right.
Okay. See, so I bet you that if Cricket would have won, I bet you anything, and I'll allege this here, everybody would have got their little kickback.
Oh, most definitely.
And these are only a few of the people that's running the country.
Because it's been like in this dynasty.
That's right.
The good old boy syndrome is what it's been like.
The Clintons, the Bush.
Yes. Right.
Please.
Everybody just, okay, now you run.
We got time for a black man. Let's throw him in the circle, in the mix.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's
and
use him as a puppet.
That's right. Because he had to go along with what Charles said.
What they wanted, yeah.
You know what I love about President Trump? He don't go along with what Charles said. I'm
going
to go along with what the American people need, what the American people want.
That's right.
That's what I love about him.
Right.
Yeah, that's how this. It's always been like this here. Now here's the deal.
What's the deal?
If collusion is not a crime, then why in the hell did we waste over $35 million investigating collusion? And if collusion is not a crime, how in the hell can somebody obstruct justice?
Or how can you obstruct an investigation
where there is no investigation? You all are so full of it. And what you all do, you try to silence people when they are on to you and when they can tell you the naked, nasty, low down truth. I want everybody that orchestrated it, that masterminded it, and that participated in this witch hunt brought to the table. And I want them all prosecuted to the full extent of the law. And I am serious about that because what you did, you tried to go against the will of the American people. We voted for him. Not her, but him. It wasn't about ovaries in the Oval Office. It was about who had the balls, who want to build the wall.
That's right. And it was him.
It was him. What about the ovaries?
No. Could care less about those old
and if Democrats were so concerned about Russia interfering in the election, like you said, he should have investigated Russia.
That's right.
What were you doing spying on the Trump campaign?
That's right.
This was the first time that President Trump, then Donald Trump, had ever run a campaign.
But then you have.
And wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me say this here. Let me say this here.
About to say what I'm about to say.
There can only be obstruction of justice if they knowingly and intently meant to corrupt an investigation.
If it was did with a corrupt intent. That's right.
But you all took, Comey, you sat down with the president talking about you had a dossier. Well, Comey, you knew when you went to the president that dossier couldn't even be verified. You and Loretta Lynch. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is called an entrapment. And it wouldn't surprise me if Comey wasn't trying to entrap the president. That's a perjury trap. Back then. Way back then. Our president had every right to fire his
let me tell you something. And the president didn't even realize what was going on.
What was going on?
Didn't even realize what was going on. You all are straight liars. I don't trust the FBI, the CIA. Don't trust and one of you all. I want you brought to justice.
Yes.
Because what you just tried to push over this country, over this president, you tried to railroad him. And if you do a sitting president like this, you won't mind picking us off just like as if
one
we was,
by one, like a tic-tac.
You won't mind doing it to average Americans.
That's right.
You spied on his campaign for no reason at all. If this was about Russia interfering, there was a president then. His name was Obama. Why didn't he do something about it?
Why didn't he do anything?
And I think we tweeted out, how can you commit obstruction of justice on something that was started and founded by a lie?
By a lie.
How can you do that?
It was a lie.
And I love the president. He tweeted out some things. And he said, nothing changes from the Mueller report. There was insufficient evidence, and therefore, in our country, a person is innocent. The case is closed. Thank you.
That's right.
Then we tweeted out, Mueller was unable to pursue criminal charges against the POTUS because there was no crime to pursue. Using the same Mueller report to re-prosecute an innocent man for the same thing he was not indicted for is called double jeopardy. Double jeopardy, and it's a clear violation of the Fifth Amendment. Yes. Now, I know what you're saying. Yeah. Well, it can't be double jeopardy because he wasn't tried. Well, in our minds, it looked like you listen. The man done already. There's no evidence of no Russia collusion. Right. That exonerates him and vindicate him. Right. But you got Congress trying to retry this to us. That looks like double jeopardy and double standards.
That's right. That's right. But it is a violation of his Fifth Amendment right.
Yes.
It is a clear violation of his Fifth Amendment right. With them talking about we going to subpoena this. We want his financial information on this. We want that. With them trying to do that while this here particular case is supposed to be closed.
Right.
Done. A wrap. Now, Mueller, when he left, he also said goodbye to his office, to the investigation. Right. He's written off in the sunset with our money.
Yeah. Over 30 million.
Yeah. 30-some million. Now, $30-some million, 2 years to investigate.
To investigate what? To investigate what?
And then only to get to the end to say, well, I can't find anything. I'm going to turn it over to Congress to see what they can find. It don't work like that.
Wrong. You all are wrong.
It don't work like that.
You all are wrong. This is listen. You got prosecutors out there that it's called prosecutorial misconduct.
Yes.
Misconduct and abuse of power. Misconduct and abuse of power. I see people abusing their power.
Yes.
But this is merely a distraction, you all. Let me tell you something. I don't know who told Mueller to come out and say what he said. But this is merely a distraction for the American people. They don't want you. Listen, stay woke. Remember they used to say stay woke? Stay wide awoke. Don't go to sleep.
Especially with Nadler coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Right afterwards.
Yeah.
Talking about impeachment and all of this other different
stuff. Now, just last week, he couldn't even put a vowel with a consonant to form a word. Now, all of a sudden, he talking about impeachment.
And see, that's what it's for because... And if you listen to a lot of the testimonies and different questions and different things that were said up in Congress, the reason why they want to impeach the president because they know they can't win
an election. You had Al Green. Al Green up there talking about, we got to impeach him or we not going to be able to win. Think about that.
Think about it.
In order for me to win, I got to lock you up and bring down some charges on you.
Even Hank Johnson.
You just think about that for me. How does that sound as just regular Americans? Yeah. Think about you in your life. In order for me to win, I got to mess you over and take you down.
Right.
For no reason. That don't sound
just
right.
Just for me to win.
That's bias.
The Democrats do not know how to win fair and square.
Another thing.
They don't.
Nadler shouldn't be residing over anything because Nadler was in New York with then Donald Trump when he was a businessman and they didn't, it wasn't good between them.
That's right.
So why is Nadler resigning over anything? Presiding over anything. He shouldn't be.
He shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Even
it's
down
conflict of interest.
Mueller shouldn't have never been appointed as the investigator.
Right.
He shouldn't have never been appointed.
Right.
Because President Trump had just said no to him.
That's right.
That's right.
Mueller wanted a job. The president said no. And when the president looked up, he was the special counsel. So that was biased because Mueller probably was ticked off because he didn't get the job that he wanted.
Not to mention that his homie had just got fired. So it's a lot of little stuff where they colluded.
Right.
And now they are the ones sowing discord. And everybody want to talk about Russia did this and Russia did that. No. It was people in the Obama administration
that's right.
that did this here.
And I would allege Obama too, because there can never be that level of criminality and the president don't know nothing about it. Yeah. And that's your FBI, your CIA, your attorney general, them people working up under you for you.
That's right. Listen, he knew because there is some interception of some emails where Biden was talking about the conversation in the Oval Office.
Biden knew some stuff too. too.
That's
now,
right.
I was on Waters World probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago. And if Biden go wrong, we want to know what did you know?
What did you know?
And what was your part? What
and
part
when
you
did you
play
find
in
out?
it?
That's right. That's right.
How can he run around here talking about he's running for president? They done tried to push the biggest of a hoax on this country, on this president, but he want to bring back some stability to the country. Well, you the reason why it's unstable. You the reason why things are like it is.
That's right.
Mr. Joe Biden.
That's right. That's right.
Speaking of, oh God, unstable, Maxine Waters, you all, she's such a nasty woman. She is very nasty. So, Maxine Waters tweeted a nasty tweet, and here's what she said after the Mueller report came out. She said, low-life Trump, lying, crooked, tax invader, porn star, fornicator, should take his ridiculous self home, resign, and free us of what we will have to do to impeach him and throw him out of office. That's what she tweeted, you all, to her little fans and her little followers on Twitter. She's such a moron. You know, Maxine need to go somewhere, because here's the deal. Now, this is what I can say. Maxine has been in government for years.
Yes.
It is so sad that you ticked off with a man. Here's why you mad, Maxine. Because president ain't been in office but for 2 years and has managed to do more than you've done in all the years you've been in Congress. And that's what you mad about.
That's right.
But I'm going to tell you what mommy used to tell us back in the day. If you mad, scratch your tail and get glad.
That's right.
That's what you need to do.
Scratch it.
And get glad. Now I'm going to move on to her because I don't want to hurt her feelings tonight. And I'm going to move on because I will go off. Because here's the deal. You want to talk about lies. You want to talk about lying. Well, you are a liar.
That's right.
For lying on a sitting president.
That's right.
And going along with this shenanigans when you know it's wrong. You are a straight liar.
That's right. Maxine, gangster-lean Maxine.
That's why they call her gangster-lean.
That's right.
So the president has put his foot down. On May the 30th, 2019, he tweeted out, on June 10th, the United States will impose a 5% tariff on all goods coming into our country from Mexico until such time as illegal migrants coming through Mexico and into our country stop. The tariff, will gradually increase until the illegal immigration problem is remedied, at which time the tariffs will be removed. Details from the tariffs will be removed. Details from the White House to follow. He is not playing. And with Mexico having the strongest immigration laws, listen, that shouldn't be happening because they got to go through Mexico to get to the United States.
To even get here, they have to. So Mexico, like you said, have the strictest immigration laws. As Americans, if we cross the border, they will lock us up.
You going to jail for that.
Yeah. So how
and they're going to
is
fine you too.
That with people from other countries that's crossing the border on the other end of Mexico, how are they able to come into Mexico, go through Mexico, and then get to the United States? Where is Mexico's immigration policy? Why isn't it kicking in? It looks like Mexico is breaking its own immigration laws.
Probably. Well, President also tweeted he doubled down. He said Mexico has taken advantage of the United States for decades. Because of the Dems, our immigration laws are bad. Mexico make a fortune from the U.S. have for decades. They can easily fix this problem. Time for them to finally do what must be done. And then he said, in order not to pay tariffs, if they start raising, companies will leave Mexico.
That's right.
Which has taken 30% of our auto industry. And come back home to the USA. Mexico must take back their country from the drug lords and cartels.
That's right.
The tariffs is about stopping drugs as well as illegals. 90% of the drugs coming into the United States come through Mexico and our southern border. 80,000 people died last year. 1 million people ruined. This has gone on for many years, and nothing has been done about it. We have a $100 billion trade deficit with Mexico, it's time. Okay?
That's right.
So listen, with their strict immigration policy, they're going to have to step up to the plate.
Yeah.
If you don't step up to the plate, they're going to slap a 5% tariff on you. And then after that, I think each month it will continue to rise. So,
and it needs to.
And you do the math.
But here's,
go ahead, girl.
But what I was about to say is, this could be a blessing in disguise.
It can be a blessing in disguise because our factories can come back over here.
That's right.
For Americans.
For Americans to work those jobs.
That's right.
That's right.
For Americans to work those jobs.
That's right.
So and it wouldn't bother me if they wouldn't close down the whole border. Go ahead, girl.
But there is a rule. Let me find this here particular rule here. Where our president, he can take and shut some stuff down here.
Well, while you're doing that, the president also tweeted. He said, people have been saying for years that we should talk to Mexico. The problem is that Mexico is an abuser of the United States. Taken but never given. It has been that way for decades. Either they stop the invasion of our country by drug dealers, cartels, human traffickers, coyotes, and illegal immigrants, which they can do very easily, or are many companies and jobs that have been foolishly allowed to move south of the border will be brought back into the United States through taxation, tariffs. American has had enough.
Woo! I'm glad that he is not scared to disturb the status quo.
He's not. And you all do not look at this here as a tariff war. Here's the deal. Somebody has got to stand up. Just like we have to stand up to Congress because we pay their taxes. I mean, we pay their salary. Somebody's got to stand up to these countries.
That's right.
So that they can stop using and abusing the American people.
Okay, so there is a rule here. INA 212F allows the president, whenever he finds that the entry of any alien or of any class of aliens into the United States will be detrimental to the interests of the United States, he can suspend all forms of immigration for such periods as he deems necessary. Okay?
I'd say shut it down.
It's time to shut it down. Because, see, he's been telling, Congress, we can fix this in 15 minutes. We can fix this. Come to the table. He didn't even go anywhere on his Christmas break. He was here ready to see what can we do to fix this particular issue and problem. The laws that we have in place are not being enforced. Those laws, it's time for them to be enforced. But if Congress don't want to come to the table to fix this, I love that our president is doing what he have to do to make sure he fits this particular problem. If Congress don't want to work with him, let me go outside of Congress and
you have
see
to go
what
outside
can I do as the president to make this here particular thing work right. If that don't happen, however, he has the power to shut it down.
Shut it down. No, John Gonzalez said, he said, keep supportive entries open. Here's the deal. Everybody's got to get in line and wait their turn. And maybe we need to shut it down for a good 2 weeks and let them know we're not planning to shut everything down.
Or, if they want to continue to keep the import-export part of it, they can. But as far as the part when it comes to people just crossing our border, it's time for that part to be shut down. Because when stuff is out of order, it's out of order.
Well, if it's out of order, it's going to create chaos. And our borders have been out of order for years. All other presidents have looked the other way. They all talk. They know action. They don't take action. And then when it's time for them to take action, they go missing in action. This is what they do. So now you have President Trump. He said we can solve this problem in 5 minutes if they will come to the table. But they don't want to legislate. All they want to do is investigate or find something to investigate instead of legislating and fixing this problem. It's a crisis at the border. When 1 million people coming up in your house, that's a crisis. That's a problem.
That's right.
That's a problem. And not just coming to your house. As far as I'm concerned, if you didn't get in line and waited your turn, you're breaking and entering.
You're breaking and entering. You're breaking the law. You're supposed to be an asylum seeker, but then asylum seekers
go to the ports of entry.
No, they seek asylum at the first place safe place they enter, which is Mexico.
Oh, dog, Silk. I didn't even think of it that way,
That's
but
right.
I like it.
In Mexico, that's the first safe place you seek. Mexico, that's where you're supposed to seek asylum at, not travel through Mexico to get to the United States.
Well, now you have people from Africa trying to come over here, I heard, girl, and other countries because they're getting word about our systems and our policies. See, when you have a Democrat Congress and these Democrats running around here okay with the influx of people coming in, then the whole world want to come up in here.
Well, let me just say one thing too, because with these people that's up in here and the Democrats is trying to give you a sly way to vote, remember this: the Democrats is not responsible for this economy.
That's right.
So why in the hell will you vote for a Democrat?
And they didn't
even created this economy. What the Democrats want to do is get you to the point of where you just left from.
That's right. And what they want to do is they want to lie to you and act as though they've done something.
Right.
Ain't now one of them done nothing. Why do you think they want to impeach the president so that they can win? Because they can't win if he run again.
That's right.
Because he got the economy booming. Thank you, America First. He got the economy booming.
That's right.
You see?
So be cautious of that. We had the opportunity to meet someone in the VIP that came from another country.
I think she came from, was it Iraq or Iran? One of them. Iraq, I believe. Iraq.
Yes, Iraq.
Iraq.
But she said what she see with the Democrats and what they're doing now, they're doing what they did in the country she left.
Right. And she don't want to see that kind of stuff go down
right here.
Because we live in the greatest country on earth.
Right.
Another thing I meant to point out, you had people in our audience that may have voted for Crooked Hillary, but will be voting for President Trump this go around.
That's right.
You had people that voted for Obama, didn't vote in the last election, but will be voting for Trump this go around. So there's those you see and those you don't see.
That's
and let me go ahead on address it, because you know I always have to get something off my chest.
Get off your chest.
And stop telling us I don't see enough black people at your events. Well, the tickets are there. They are free to purchase them if they want to come and see Diamond and Silk and hear what we have to say.
Right.
But I don't just represent black people. I represent Americans.
All people.
I don't care who is a Democrat. I want you to get off of what we call the Democrat plantation.
That's right.
Switch your party to Republican so that you can vote for President Donald J. Trump in 2020. And I don't care if you white, black, or pinstripe.
That's right.
Okay? I just needed to go ahead on and address that.
That's right. Because the same Democrat Party that's been keeping black folks down.
It's got white people stuck. It's got Hispanic people stuck. It's got everybody stuck.
Everybody down.
With their lies.
That's right.
So I want to go ahead on the clip. So we got people sitting at the shows that come to the doggone shows, didn't even vote for president, but cannot stand what the Democrats are doing and will be voting for him in 2020. So yes, the Democrats need to be afraid. Be very afraid.
You know, you brought up something.
What, girl?
And you mentioned how we took and what was going on in Knoxville, Tennessee. You know, and so I forgot to mention that we ran into Elizabeth Warren.
Yeah, well, let me tell. Can I just give them the backstory?
Yeah.
Well, Elizabeth Warren, you all was on this show on the radio called The Breakfast Club, and Charlamagne the guy, he's one of the DJs. And listen, look, these people don't like our president, they have to interview every one of the Democrats' presidential candidates. So he was interviewing her, and he said, so you're sort of like Rachel Dolezal, because, you know, Elizabeth Warren, she don't know what her heritage is. She want to be Native American, and then she want to say, apologize that she did it. So when after that, we had the pleasure of running into her. So take a look at this, y'all. Why is it the only time we see you is when you need a vote? Why? That's the only time we see you is when you need a cotton picking vote. So we had the pleasure of running them. But see, that's what we call the pandering. That's what we call the pandering. And these are the people that want to leave the borders wide open for people to, influx of people to come in.
Right.
And it's crazy, but we have to call them out when we see it. We have to call them out when we see it. So speaking of calling out, here's a person I got to call out.
Who you got to call out?
Hillary Clinton.
Hill.
So while we was in Knoxville, Tennessee, Hillary Clinton made a commencement speech. Okay, to a college. You know, she is acting like a victim. She been running around here since she lost that election, acting as if she is a victim. Every time she has an audience of any kind, she throw out that victim mentality
and make them a victim.
They are victim at having to listen to her because they are bored to tears.
That's right.
So she was giving her speech, and she brought up the election. And people looked like they could have just went through the floor to go to sleep.
It was so boring.
The poor students behind her looked so bored. I wonder how much did she get paid for that?
They could have paid us to encourage those students.
She didn't encourage them. She started talking about the election that she lost. Well, I got a surprise for you, Miss Crooked. Miss Crooked with the hot sauce. If you run again, you gonna lose again. Now what you gonna be saying?
That's right.
So what she did was she condemned the Trump administration by saying that they have not taken even the most basic step to protect our voting systems. Well, Crooked, we want to protect it. We want everybody to show an ID. But you're probably one of the main ones running around talking about Black people can't have an ID. It's called voter suppression. I'm sorry. If you buy cigarettes, if you go get you a little nip and you done bought you some beer, if you got to go to the hospital, if you got to go get your check cash in the bank, if you travel through bus, through plane, on a ship, you have to have a valid ID.
If you get welfare,
boops,
you have to have an ID.
So instead of Crooked sitting up complaining about the voting system, how about you advocate for voter ID law?
That's right.
Well, we have to show our ID before we vote so that illegal aliens, the ones that voted for you in California, won't be voting in our voting system and our elections. How about you do that, Crooked?
And the next time you do a commencement speech, remember, you want to encourage the people
that's what you
that's about
do.
To go out into this world, not depressed.
That's right. You had them all depressed. Even I was depressed. I didn't learn nothing from you. The only thing I learned from you was you a crook then, you's a crook today, and I bet you tomorrow, if it come, you still gonna be a crook. That's all I learned from you.
Crooked.
Well, our beloved Martin Luther King. His legacy is under attack.
Being tarnished.
Now, I told you all. Y'all remember when they started pulling down the statues? And I told you all, I said, listen, a lot of you didn't know those statues. If it can't feed you, it can't clothe you. If it can't give you a job, why are you worried about a statue?
That's right.
And I told you, I said, what you gonna do? What are you gonna do when they want to take down our beloved Martin Luther King statue? So let me give you all the backstory because people are not really talking about this, but I want to put it out here in the atmosphere because I'm not going to let you tarnish this man's legacy. You know, I saw Oprah do that to Michael Jackson, and I really didn't speak out about it like I really wanted to. But I'm not going to let y'all do that to Martin Luther King. Now, I wasn't back in that era. Okay? So I was born, and I, you know, we learned about Martin Luther King through history. So now they're trying to say that they got Martin Luther King, they got it on tape where he was a womanizer. And now they're trying to say that his friend raped a woman and Martin Luther King was there and laughed. Well, here's my deal. First of all, if they were spying on Martin Luther King, how do we know those tapes aren't altered? Let me tell you something. Back in that day, it was frowned upon a black man to have that much power over black people.
That's right.
Over any people. Martin Luther King had a lot of power. Why do you think they assassinated him? It was too much power for one black person. Okay,
Yep.
let's just put that out there because that's the truth.
Call it how it is.
That's the
right.
truth. That's just how it was
right.
back then.
That's
okay?
right.
All right. So when I hear all of this here stuff that you all talking about from back in the 60s, when somebody was spied on in their personal life, it makes me feel uncomfortable because Dr. Martin Luther King can't speak for himself.
That's right.
He can't speak for himself, just like Michael Jackson couldn't speak for himself.
That's right.
So I have a problem with that.
That's right.
And I'm not going along with that. And when I talk about Martin Luther King's legacy, I'm talking about the good things that he did in this country. I get tired of you all. Every time you find out something that happened in somebody's past and you don't even know it to be the truth.
That's
Here
right.
you're going to run. You want to take down a statue. You want to erase them from history. Well, if you do that, history will repeat itself.
That's right.
Now, we can learn a lot of things from Martin Luther King.
That's right.
Don't mess with his statue and leave his legacy alone. Because I don't like that. I feel uncomfortable about it. I wasn't there. Listen, I didn't hear no tapes. You keep saying you have tapes. I ain't heard nan tapes.
That's right.
And I think it's wrong.
And
every so many years, somebody conjure up this stuff to try to chip away at Dr. Martin Luther King legacy. Dr. Martin Luther King have children. He have kids. He have grandkids. He have people that love him around the world.
That's right.
And what I find appalling and sad, you want our asses to look up to that old nasty looking Al Sharpton, but you want to destroy Martin Luther King.
Yeah. Yeah, and another thing that I'm also finding out with people that want to destroy the history of their past.
Right.
The Democrats do not want you to know the truth about the history of the past.
Well, when I saw something, that's right. When I saw something, the article that came from Time UK sound left leaning to me.
That's left leaning.
And all they want to do is get everybody bickering, divide us. And then next thing you know, you got somebody among me too talking about we have to take down his statue. And it's bad enough black people don't have nothing or nobody to look up to. Anybody that we try to look up to have bamboozled and conned us in some kind of way. And now y'all trying to exploit black people. And now you got to try to mess with Dr. Martin Luther King. Well, I wasn't back there in that era, but I can't let you do that. I can't let you do that.
No.
And if you want to talk about somebody and what they did back in the day, talk about your own past. Talk about the nastiness that you did. Talk about all the women that you slept with.
That's right.
That's what you can do. Because if we're going to talk about men sleeping with women where you had presidents. I remember one sleeping with Marilyn Monroe. I wasn't around, but I heard about it. But I still respect that person because that was the president of the United States.
That's right.
I don't throw up his past and say, hey, you know he was married, but he was sleeping with Marilyn Monroe. Allegedly. Because I wasn't there. I didn't see it.
People got to remember, things that was the era of back then, a lot of stuff was accepted back then. It was okay to do a lot of different things back then versus today. But what the left seems to do is to take and stuff from back in the day, make it as if it's happening right now.
Right.
It's what they try to do to try to sow discord.
There was this lady, I don't know if she was a singer. I think she was a singer. White lady.
Yes.
They removed her statue. They removed her statue because of something way back in her past. It may have happened in the 1930s. Well, look at the type of time and the era that we were living. Her statue did not need to be removed. She was not a racist, but this is what the left do. They hop on the story. We got to do this. We got to do that. You ain't going to tarnish him. Now, you all may have got with Oprah to do Michael Jackson like that, but you ain't going to do that mess with Martin Luther King. You're not going to do that with Martin.
No.
You're not going to do it. You're not going to do it, darn it. You're not.
You're not.
You're not. And I told y'all what was going to happen.
That's right.
Leave these statues and leave history alone. Keep history intact so that we can learn from our mistakes.
That's right.
Is what you need to do.
That's right.
Speaking of a mistake, Joe Biden, he's a mistake.
Yes.
And I bet you now he hate the fact that 1993 speech pushing that crime bill. I know he think that was a mistake too. You know, when I listen to it, so Joe Biden is listen. I tweeted something out. I wanted, do you have it here? What Joe Biden said in that speech in 1993 echoed the sentiments of bigotry and racism.
Yes, it did.
I don't care. And I have to question Barack Hussein Obama for even having him as the vice president. I tweeted out, Joe Biden's Senate floor speech in 1993 pushing for the crime bill echoed the sentiments of bigotry and racism. All black people need to Google it and view it. And so I had my white brothers and sisters saying, why just black people? Because he's trying to bamboozle black people.
Right, he's pandering.
He's pandering to their votes. But I want black people to see how he viewed y'all back in the day.
Right.
I want y'all to see this here.
It's disgraceful.
It echoed the sentiments of bigotry and racism. I mean, listen, that was the first time I heard it.
Yes.
And when I heard it, I wanted to throw up.
I couldn't believe it.
I
couldn't believe what I was hearing.
Let me go ahead and say this here. You had those. You had the trolls come over and they were like, well, Donald Trump, Central Park 5, he wouldn't rent to black people. Hold up. Back in the day, there were all kind of black men, ballers and shot callers and rappers black rappers who wanted to be just like Donald Trump.
Yep.
Just like him, a businessman, a baller, a billionaire.
Yep.
Name me one black person that ever wanted to be like Joe Biden. Case closed.
Crickets.
Case closed. Yeah. Y'all can buy into his foolery. I don't. I bet you Joe Biden, I wonder was his first black friend Obama. Listen to it. Go back and listen
Google
to it.
Joe Biden, 1993 crime bill speech. Yep. It's disgraceful. It's disgusting. And you know what? He's the same now because I listened to some things he says about they're going to throw y'all back in chain.
Spearhand said, everyone wanted to be seen with Trump. Everyone. Especially black men. The ballers, the shot callers, the rappers. All of them wanted to be just like him. Everybody wanted to be like that. Name me one black man that wanted to be like Joe Biden. Joe Biden was he was very nasty and vicious person back then. And he's still one today.
He's still nasty.
He's still a nasty old somebody. Sleepy, creepy, sloppy, nasty Joe. You go back and you view that. So go to the next story, girl.
Speaking of nasty,
go ahead, girl.
The media is being very nasty.
Okay, girl, go ahead.
So the president said the word nasty, and the media is humping on their own fake news about him saying it.
Okay, what happened?
So there was an interview with the president recently, okay? The interviewer asked President Trump if he was sorry to hear that Meghan Markle, couldn't make it to their, meet and greet and everything.
Right.
Because she was on maternity leave.
Just had a baby.
She had just had a baby, okay? Because she wasn't so nice about him during a campaign. So the interviewer said, well, she wasn't so nice about you during a campaign. And that the interviewer said, didn't know if Trump, I didn't know if you seen that, okay? So President Trump replied, well, I don't know. I don't know that. I didn't know that. I didn't know. No, I hope she's okay.
And this is from the interview.
It's from the interview, all right? So the interviewer said, she said she will move to Canada if you got elected. It turned out she moved to Britain. So President Trump responded, well, a lot of people are moving here, okay? So what can I say? No. I didn't know she was nasty. So President Trump, she even the interviewer even asked about having an American princess. President Trump was like, I hope she does good at being an American princess.
Right.
Okay. So the fake news did exactly what they do to us. Take one little word
and take it out of context,
mischaracterize it to make it appear like this is what this individual said. Okay, this is how the media have been doing it, and will continue to do it, just like this right here. Okay, but this is where I want to say,
come on, girl, get it.
After looking at a lot of the different posts of this fake news being out there by the particular media, there were people saying, okay, now wait a minute. I'm a Democrat. I don't support Donald Trump. I don't support him. I don't even like him. But what you just said here is wrong, and that's not what President Trump said.
So they made it look like that President Trump was calling Merkel nasty when he was not.
He was not. No, he was talking about the what she had said about him
was nasty
towards him,
and in the context of the way he said it was not what the news, the fake news was reporting.
I believe I don't know if it was Jack Tapper.
It could have been
somebody that said that Donald Trump called her nasty, and that's not what happened. But
that's the fake news for you. They some lying.
They lying wonders. Oh yes, they are. But what's happening here, where people are not getting and missing here, the people that has been hearing all of this fake news, Democrats on the left that keep hearing it, a lot of them is now saying, wait a minute, let me do my own research.
That's right.
To hear it for myself. And they're going back and they're telling the fake news, okay,
that you fake. You lying about it.
Right. So if that tide is turning, where now you got these people saying you are doing something wrong, fake news.
Right.
You are characterizing this. You're taking this out of context. I don't like the man, but what you said is wrong. Right. That is not what happened. Guess what? The more they continue to do research, the more they're going to continue to see they've been bamboozled and hoodwinked from the start.
That's right.
And then they'll get to hear the truth. You want to know why President Trump tweets out every day, all day? So that to make sure that the truth
comes
is out there.
That's right.
That's right.
Because he know the very fake news ain't going to do nothing but lie. You lie every day, all day, around the clock.
That's right.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You cut on your news. It's about you lying on Trump. You ain't nothing but some nasty liars.
That's right.
Hey, why is fake news even allowed to be on social media? They should be taken down. They should have been the first one taken down.
That's right.
Because they ain't doing nothing but trying to collude and sow discourse in our country. When you create a lie and you keep the lie going, you're sowing discourse is what you're doing.
That's right. So please don't blame Russia for nothing. This is what the fake news been doing all along. And then if for them to try to censor conservative voices, something must be right about our voices if they want to censor us, because what they're saying is evidently not getting out.
They make money sowing discourse. That's what they want to do. They want to sow discourse in our country.
That's right.
They're full of it. They're fools is what they are.
Exactly what they are.
Now, speaking of fools, y'all, this video, okay, so listen. I was already hyped before we came on for seeing this video. Do you have any footage of it?
I do have footage of it.
Take a look at this here, you all, and we'll talk. Take a look at this.
This is a compilation of body-worn camera footage and City Watch cameras that was released by police. It doesn't show the whole picture, but you can see crowds of young people fighting, getting on top of cars, running between traffic, a man being kicked in the head while he walks down the street. Councilman Eric Costello represents the 11th District, and that includes the Inner Harbor. He was the first official to report the incident on Saturday night over social media.
I have seen the video footage, and it's extremely disappointing, to say the least. The level of violence that occurred down in the harbor. It underscores the fact that we need to be doing things to ensure that we have good opportunities for our youth. But the behavior that I saw on that video is completely unacceptable.
6 teenagers arrested with varying charges, including unarmed robbery and fighting. And at Taxpayers Night, people were talking about what they'd like to see, one way or another, to stop things like this from happening.
If more money was allocated to the Baltimore City schools, we would have the necessary tools and resources to help us evolve into leaders we need to be for our community and city.
What happened the other day was horrible. Those businesses in the Inner Harbor create jobs for lots of people.
But we sent how many police? I ain't even gonna go there. Because y'all know that police budget is wrong. Anybody with a brain knows it's wrong. Especially when you don't invest in our young people.
Okay, you all saw that. So last week we was talking about something called wilding. Well, the previous weekend here, you had children out. They were doing something. I don't know if they calling it wilding today, where they all ran down there to the pier and they just started beating up on people, right? And I was really ticked off about that. I didn't take this candy out of my mouth. I was really ticked off about that because I'm listening to these adults talk about what we need. So you had one guy say more money to the schools.
To the schools. So
You can get so that they can be great leaders. Okay, I guess to lead the children. But here's the deal.
What's the deal?
Where is the mothers and the fathers?
Ah.
I heard somebody talking about investing in our young people. How about we start investing and making sure that these young people have a mother and a father in a household or a 2-parent household to raise these kids, because you ought to know better and know not to go out in the streets with the mob attacking people.
Right.
You see what I'm talking about?
It's like where is the
common sense?
Yeah.
Where are the parents at? I have to question the parent. There was no way in the heezy bejeezy we or my own child would have walked up out of my house, been with a crowd talking about beating up on somebody.
That's right. This is dangerous. That's dangerous.
This is very dangerous. And they only was able to get 5. Look at the cameras. 5 or 6. You need to look at the cameras and see who all was in there. Every one of them should be arrested.
That's right.
And you should make an example out of them.
Yep.
Because I'm tired of these here older people pushing up under the rug what some of these younger people are doing and not being honest.
Yeah. Yes.
Stop being co-signer for their BS.
Yeah.
You are a co-signer for their BS when you don't discipline them and call them out when they're wrong.
Yeah. Because you can have all of the money in the world invested into the school.
That's right.
But what's going to stop these kids from going out into the street?
Wanting to beat up people in a mob.
Right.
Stop making excuses for bad behavior is what I say. Stop making excuses for bad behavior. And everybody that was out there should be brought to the table and be prosecuted. You have to understand, you little young teenagers. You know, and this is what happens sometimes when babies are raising babies. When babies are raising babies, you cannot be your child friend.
No, you can't.
My baby, I'm still not his friend. I'm your mother. And you gonna do what I tell you to do.
That's right.
My deal is we got to stop making excuses for our young people.
Yes, we do.
And we have to sit down and we got to talk to them and we have to discipline them when they wrong. Call them to the table.
That's right.
This was not cute. If I was a mother and I knew my child was out there, I would have been at city council. What can we do? My child was out there, he had no business out there.
That's right.
We can't look the other way. Because if you allow your child to go out there with a mob, what you going to do with a mob come to your house and rob you? And your child right there with
him. Yep.
Just think about that for a minute. Think about that for a minute. It's time for you all to start raising your kids. Start raising your children. Not being their friend. Not buying them everything. But listen, be their parents. Let them know it is wrong. Hell no, you ain't going out. What time is it? You ain't going out this time of night. Right. I don't care if it is the weekend. You ain't but 15. You get your behind back up in here.
That's right.
Take you a bath and go to bed.
That's right. Yep. And the mob, they was out there beating up people, just beating up anybody.
Do you know that's assault?
That's right.
And if your fist is big enough, people can charge you with assault with a deadly weapon.
But what happens when somebody come out for in self-defense
and shoot
somebody?
Then now you got old Al Sharpton, you got Jesse Jackson and the NAACP and all of them. Oh, well, you shouldn't have shot them. No, they mob asses shouldn't have been out there beating up on people.
That's right.
You know, you got to call people out when you see it. Excuse me for cussing, but I feel like you may be my child doing some foolishness like that. That's a no-no.
That's right.
Parents, know what your child is doing. You got to know what they doing at all times. I don't care if you got to get little cameras and place them all up in your house. I don't care if you got a car, get a camera, put on that doggone car.
That's right.
I don't care if you got to take the hinges off the door.
That's right.
You run your house like you the ward.
Remove the door. That's right.
You ain't got no privacy. You don't get no privacy until you move out of my house and you go get your own house and you making your own money.
That's
right. But while you in my house, there is no privacy. And I'm the only queen up in here.
That's right.
The worst. I'm the only queen bee up in here. The rest of y'all around here ain't nothing but worker bees.
That's right.
Until you get out and you can make it on your own. But as a parent, as parents, I don't care if you're a single parent. You got to know what your child is doing.
You got to know.
I don't care if they 15 and you still got to get them a babysitter. Oh, well.
Oh, well. If they're not mature enough to take and keep themselves at the house without jumping out in foolishness like that, then babysitter it will be.
And see, this is what happened when you don't discipline your child. Girl, that couldn't have been my... Listen, my mama and them wouldn't have took... No. I better not catch you. They put the fear of God in you. They put some fear in your behind. That's you right. Knew not to go out there and do nothing stupid like that. Thank you, Fanatic Art Studio. I love you all. Listen, don't forget, we're going to be in Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona on next week. And Scottsdale, I want you to get your tickets at chitchattour.com or diamondandsilk.com. Yesterday was the National Prayer Day for everybody, so I hope you all prayed. Yes. I heard YouTube went down on that day, but no worries. Don't forget, every day we pray for our president at 11:21 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We pray for the country, our president. We hope you're praying for us and our president. Yeah. Prayer changes things, and I will always believe in the power of prayer.
Can I just also mention that the next week or so, we're going to be really, really busy.
We are.
Yes. So Chit Chat Live may be omitted next Monday.
Right.
However, we will be doing Chit Chat Live on the day that we have off, which will probably be the weekend. We don't know.
Right.
But we will get to you all as soon as possible.
Absolutely. And we will let you all know. We will keep you updated and posted. And we'll probably be just, we may check in with a live video or something like that, like we did on this week, okay?
We've been very busy.
We have, you all, but this is what it takes.
This is what it takes.
When you got to get control of your country.
Yeah.
And if you love your country, if you're patriotic, you're going to do some things.
Yeah.
Thank you, Julia Nelson. I love you all. Listen, we was just coming to give y'all the 211. We call it 211 because it's 2 of us.
And we're the ones giving it to you.
So in the meantime, in between time, we will see you all next time right here on Diamond and Silk Chit Chat Live. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.